I am a failure. Alright, what's up, family? Welcome back to another episode. Today, finally, we're making the video of my failures from 2018. There's 4 main things that I messed up in 2018. The first one, T. Rowe Price. I've already done a whole video about me switching over from T. Rowe Price to Vanguard and the rationale for that. That was my first failure of 2018. Just taking that long of a period of time to not be keeping up with my financials and just sending a company money, hoping that they had my best interest in mind. Number 2, where's my stuff at? Number 2, cryptocurrency. So Warren Buffett has famously said, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. And I definitely got in on the latter end of that. People were greedy for cryptocurrency. It was like, well, it was 2018, and I had found out that you could get in with Coinbase. And so I created a Coinbase account and put about probably 300 initially down, and then I kept feeding it about 25 a month. The price was over 20,000 and then dropped to like 3,000 within the span of a couple weeks. So after the big price drop, I lost about $350. And I didn't learn this mindset until now, but anything of value is going to take hard work before I accomplish it. I don't want to win the lottery and get my $1 million that way. I want to be able to document and show you guys the struggle of me starting with a couple thousand and then taking it all the way up to $1 million. So I know this, like I said in my beginning videos, I know this is going to be a long haul, and that's why I'm playing the game. I believe in the blockchain technology that is behind Bitcoin. I think it's going to play a big role in our future. So the money that I still have in Bitcoin, I'm just going to let it, like I said, let it ride out and see what happens. But as you'll see when I do my spreadsheet, you'll notice that I don't count my Bitcoin money within my overall goal. So if you're young and you're thinking about getting into cryptocurrency, just do your homework. And this is another reason why I'm doing this video. It's getting all of my failures out there so you don't have to repeat my failures if you're starting your own financial journey. Do your homework. Could you blow up Shui with cryptocurrency? Yes, you can, but that's true for every other stock out there. You could do the same thing with another stock. Bitcoin, though, I've learned that it's more speculation because there's no like tangible facts or data that you can go off of like you could calculating a company's past growth. Big fail number 3 was buying up stock like I was a kid at a candy store and then selling it at the first sign of the price dropping over 8% because of what I read in a book. So if you hold your stock for 1 year and a day, you activate your long-term you activate the long-term capital gains tax. And that's just saying we're going to tax you at a lower rate because you've held it for so long. Now, anything before that year, you're going to be taxed at a short-term capital gains tax, and the tax rate is higher. So, incentive, hold your stock. And if you think about it, if you want compound, I was about to say compound inequalities. If you want compound interest to work in your favor, you want to be holding stuff for the long term. But so anyway, I would buy a stock when I thought, like when I heard something, like I heard about Tilray, and I said, ooh, Tilray, $64, let me buy in. Tilray blew up to $200, and then as I saw it starting to go down in price, I sold it. Another company, I would buy in, started to go down, I would sell it. I would do all these transactions and not understanding or knowing that when it came time to do my taxes, I would get hit with all this stuff. So look at all this stuff. I got papers. I got papers. I got papers. I got all these papers, and it was all of the transactions that I was doing with Robinhood. And I thought to myself, do I have to enter all of this stuff into my tax return so I'm like good with the government? Luckily, there is a summary page where I could just do all the totals, and I was good that way. But it scared me to think that I would have to enter all that information. So I said, okay, we got to get more intentional about our buying, more intentional about our selling. So in my spreadsheet for my portfolio, I've created a buy and sell date. So when I buy a stock, I mark that price down, or excuse me, I write that date down, and then I just tack on a year and a day as to when I could sell it if I want to sell it. So I'm no longer doing that short-term stuff. I'm always doing long-term, unless it's within my Vanguard portfolio, because I don't get dinged buying and selling. Last one is my /Shopify account. I had the idea early summer of 2018 to open up an online teacher t-shirt shop. And so I was putting like random things that only teachers would get and appreciate onto t-shirts, and then I also did some bags, and I've had 0 sales so far, so that was a big fail for me. Now I have to do about $30 a month to maintain the Shopify store, and I haven't deleted my account yet because I'm not the type of person that says, well, that didn't work, let me give up on that. I am determined to make at least one sale to validate that my idea is good, and then I have a goal for 2020. Yeah, 2020, to at least have $100 in sales for my e-commerce stuff, whether that'll be from the book that I'm about to drop in December, January, or the actual t-shirt. And I'm actually gonna beep that out because I'm not trying to plug my store. I accept the failure. I'm gonna take the L. And I know, because I'm going to revamp it again, that I'll get a sell one day. So again, this is all about my failures. I'm within that process of owning that online teacher shop. I found a website called Vexels.com, and so they had a really good deal where I could use their images, which were vector images. And if you are in the t-shirt game, you know that vector images are the best images because there's no pixelation when you try to expand or shrink the image. And then what did they also do? They would also create designs for me once a month within my package that I bought. And so I was taking them up on the offer, and they would, when I asked them to make a design, they would put their little logo at the bottom, and I had no like whatchamacallit, I had no editing software to get that out of there because I tried to complain to them and saying, I don't want your image on my stuff that I'm having you create for me. That doesn't make any sense. And they said, well, just take it off with some editing software. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't have time to, first of all, go on Fiverr, get somebody to delete this part of the image for me, and then put it back onto my products. So I stopped working with Vexels.com, and that was about $30 a month as well. And so what I did with that money is I found a whatchamacallit, a virtual assistant. So Nita is my assistant, and she lives in Pakistan, and so I pay her about $10 every other month, and she does 3 hours of work for me. And typically right now I have her doing responding to new followers on my different aminos that I'm on. So those are my failures of 2018. 2019 is wrapping up. We are hitting every single one of our goals. The only goal we have left to hit for 2019 is dropping this book. I am grateful for failure. You have to challenge yourself. You have to fail, and then you grow from that failure. So I embrace failures every single day. At the dinner table, we go around and ask each other, what did you fail at today? Because we embrace it. You have to fail. You have to fail if you want to grow. So I'm super grateful for failing. Let me know in the comments, what have you guys failed at recently, and then how did you how did you bounce back from that failure? How did you turn your failure into a first attempt at learning using resources effectively? What was the outcome of that? I'll see you guys in the comments, and remember to smile because you are beautiful.